good morning or whatever time it is. I'm gonna do a kind of like a morning just awakening flow. We'll start laying down on our back, not quite in like that full corpse pose, but just relaxing. Buddha is going to be very involved today, apparently. So still being present, still aware, taking deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. You're probably already out of bed already, but we're gonna wake yourself up just a little bit differently, giving some love to the body as we wake up. Slowly starting to wiggle those fingers and toes, moving that head from side to side. If you have a cat laying on you, maybe gently remove them. And stretching the arms up overhead, taking a big full body stretch, like someone's pulling on those hands, someone's pulling on those feet. Lacing those fingers and taking those arms to the right side and taking those feet to the right side as well. We like to call this Babanasana, like banana. Bananasana. Hi, kitty cat. Here, just stretching out that left arm, taking that gentle stretch to the side body, maybe walking those feet out just a little bit more. You wanted no attention earlier, Boo Butt, and now you want all of it when I lay down. Why is that? And slowly walking everything over to the left side, grabbing that right wrist, opening up the right side of the body. Bananasana. Yes, Boo Butt, I will pet you and give you so much attention when I am done. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to center, slowly walking those feet in and rolling those back up toward the knees, taking a nice little ball stretch, maybe rocking side to side just a little bit. Hi, Boodle. Yes, you are very cute. And hugging that right knee and extending that left leg, and maybe extending that right leg overhead, grabbing behind the calf, keeping a bend through that knee. Yes, Boo Butt. Bending that left knee, crossing the right foot over the left, and just gently pushing on that right knee so it comes away from the body, opening those hips gently. Gentle good morning stretches. Yes, Boodle. Hi, baby. And extending that leg, hugging that left knee in, nice and close to the chest and to the torso. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, extending that left foot up, stretching through that hamstring, keeping a bend through that left knee. Allowing that body to awaken and get ready for the day. Or get ready to go to bed. This is a good before bed one too. Or just middle of the afternoon. You know, this is a good time for all yoga. And bend that right knee, crossing the left foot over the right. If you have a cat, again, you might have to gently remove them. Pushing on that left knee. Yes. Very, very gentle with that hip opener. And Releasing that left foot down, hugging both knees in again, high boo bite, and gently rocking side to side. I don't think you can hear him purring, but he is purring up a storm right now. And slowly change that rocking to forward and backward. Excuse me, daddy's working. Rocking forward and backward here, up and down. If you have a cat, again, be careful not to accidentally kick kitty. And coming into a seated position, you're gonna put that right knee in front, the left knee is right behind that right foot, and that left foot's pointed behind you. And from here, you're just gonna lift those legs and turn them to the opposite direction. So right knee behind left, just moving those legs side to side, warming up the body. Hi, boo butt. Yes, you are so fluffy, and you are so cute, and you are so in the way. Feeling those hips awaken, feeling if one side feels tighter than the other. And dropping them to the right side where we started, so that right knee's to the ground, that left knee's behind the right. Bring up that left hand and twist toward the back. Lifting that chest and heart. Hi, baby. Yes, so fluffy, so cute. And slowly lowering yourself down toward the move, boo butt. Slowly lowering yourself down toward the mat, maybe dropping those elbows if that's more comfortable. And really trying to twist through that spine. If you're like me, you might get a little snap, crackle, pop through the spine. Relaxing those legs. Try not to tense up those legs. You're just really pushing through those elbows to twist the spine. And walking your hands back up, walking them over that right leg, lowering yourself down over that right leg. Getting that nice hip stretch, hip opener, trying to be gentle with it since, again, it's kind of like a wake up, good morning stretch, nothing super intense. And slowly walking your hands back up. Flipping those feet to the left side, walking your hands all the way back behind you, lifting that heart, lifting that chest. And slowly lowering yourself down onto your elbows, twisting through the elbows and through the spine. Did you find a toy now? And slowly walking your hands back up, walking the hands over that left knee, coming down over that left side. What you playing with, boo-boo? Okay. I think one of my favorite things about having a cat is just how easily entertained he is. And slowly walk those hands up. Coming back with those hands behind you. Just go ahead and move those hips again, side to side, opening the hips up. This is one of my favorite movements. It just feels so good. Dropping those knees from one side and to the other. Let's just do one more to each direction. And you're going to come into a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, pull the heart through the chest. Lift, looking up toward the sky. Exhale, pushing back, tucking that chin. Cat and cow right here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sucking that core in. Moving through at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just take a couple more right here. Last one. Exhaling back. And take a nice flat tabletop position. Walk those hands up just a little bit in front. Tuck your toes. Send the hips up just into a plank position. Lowering yourself down all the way to the ground. Walking those elbows forward. Lifting the heart. Pull the elbows toward the ribs. Lifting for Sphinx pose. Warming up the heart. Warming up that low back. Always know you can come to Sphinx instead of that cobra, or especially instead of up dog. Lowering yourself down, sending it back, child's pose. Stretching through the shoulders. We did a whole bunch of hip warm up, hip and leg kind of warm up stretches. Now we're going to do the same with the upper body. So walk those hands to the right side, stacking the left hand on top of the right, opening that shoulder, opening the side body just a little bit, keeping those elbows off the ground, really engaging that shoulder stretch and shoulder opener. And walking those hands to the left side, stacking that right hand on top of the left, keeping those elbows off the ground, opening through the side body. And coming back to center, shifting forward, perhaps keeping those knees on the ground or coming all the way into that full plank. Shifting it forward, chaturanga all the way down, back into that Sphinx pose. Elbows come under, lifting and pulling that heart through. Pulling those elbows back like you're trying to slither yourself forward like the happy little yoga snake you are. I've had a lot of caffeine and nothing else today. And slowly lowering down, pull the hands back under the shoulders, shifting it back, child's pose. Inhale, lifting that right arm. Exhale, sweeping that right arm underneath the left, threading that needle. Perhaps walking those left fingers out just a little bit further. And coming back to center, shifting it forward, full plank or modified plank, dropping it down all the way. Cobra. So lifting up, not quite all the way. If you want to go in that full up dog, feel free. Pulling those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades back behind you, lifting that heart. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shift it back, child's pose. Inhale, lifting the left arm. Exhale, left arm threads under the right. Left side of the head to the ground, maybe walking those right fingers a little bit further in front of you. Booba, what are you doing? One of my least favorite things about cats is they're always up to something. What are you up to, Booba? If you hear a crash, just ignore it. Just keep going. And slowly unthread that arm, sending it forward, shifting your weight forward. Again, modified or full plank. Slowly lowering yourself down, lifting up cobra or maybe upward dog if you feel like it. This is all just like a nice warm up. And shifting it back, keeping your butt lifted, coming into puppy pose. So your butt stays up in the air, arms are out, getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Lifting the tailbone, lifting that butt up toward the sky. Feel Feeling a nice stretch through those shoulders. And slowly shifting it forward, pulling those hands back in just a little bit. Tuck the toes, shift it back for downward dog. Pushing through the whole hand all the way through your fingertips, sending those heels back down toward the ground. Hi, baby. How are you? What mischief were you getting up to? Walking those feet out. Coming through a nice, easy sun salutation. Take a deep breath in, bend the knees. Exhale, stepping forward, forward fold, hold here. Keeping a slight bend through those knees, whatever feels comfortable to you. Maybe you want to wrap the hands around the ankles, pulling yourself further. Maybe you just want to hang with hands to opposite elbows. 2 more deep breaths. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, reverse swan dive up all the way, grabbing that left wrist, tip to the right. Inhale, grab right wrist, tip to the left. Exhale. Inhale, back to lift. Maybe slight back bend if that's comfortable, or just lengthen and exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands plant. Stepping back. Shift your weight forward, chaturanga. Lifting, cobra, up dog, sphinx, whatever feels comfortable for you. And pushing back, lifting that butt and tailbone into down dog. Pushing all the way through the fingertips, letting those heels drop down toward the ground, and almost tucking those hips so that tailbone really lifts high. You might feel that stretch increase just a little bit on the hamstrings. Maybe walking that dog out here for a moment. We're going through that nice, easy, simple sun salutation 2 more times. Look between the hands, take a deep breath in, bend the knees, exhale. Stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Grab left wrist, tip right, exhale. Inhale to lift, left hand grabs right wrist, exhale, tip left. Inhale back to center and extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, stepping back, chaturanga. Choose your chaturanga with the knees on the ground, or cobra, or sphinx, or up dog. Lots and lots of options. And exhale, back, downward dog. Boo, that's just staring at me, judging me. I know, baby. I will give you so much attention after this, and I know that you're not going to want it. Two more deep breaths. One more. Take a deep breath in, bend those knees, look between the hands. Exhale, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Grab left wrist, exhale, tip right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tip left. Inhale, back to center. Extend and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back. Chaturanga. Inhale to lift. Exhale back. Lifting that right foot into the air. Pulling that right foot between the hands. Dropping that left knee. Lift the arms crescent. Pushing the hips forward. Your toes face forward, that left foot's flat on the ground. Shift it forward just a little bit more. And exhale those hands to the ground, tuck the left toes, send that right foot back into downward dog. Raise that left foot into the air, pulling that left foot between the hands, dropping the right knee, lifting up for crescent, pushing those hips forward, opening through the front body. And exhale those arms down, tucking the left or right toes in the left foot back into downward dog. Raise that right foot back into the air, pulling the right foot between the hands, lifting for crescent, keeping that left knee off the ground, but always knowing you can drop it if that is where you are right now. Nice right angle in that right leg. You can wiggle those toes. The knee is over the ankle. It's not past the toes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Plant the hands, send that right foot back. Raise the left foot into the air, pulling that left foot between the hands, lifting for crescent. Nice bend through the left leg. Right leg is lengthened behind you. Chest is lifted, taking deep breaths. On your next exhale, windmill the arms back, sending that left foot back for downward dog. Raising the right foot into the air, pulling that right foot between the hands, planting that left heel, lifting up for warrior one. In warrior one, you have width between the feet, so they're not quite in line, pointing those left toes toward the front left corner of the mat, bending deeply into that right leg. Bring those arms behind, lace the fingers, inhale to open the chest, exhale to fold forward, humble warrior. Keep the outside edge of that left foot into the mat. Inhale, lifting, extending. Exhale, bring those hands to either side of that right leg, sending that right foot back. Lift that left foot into the air. Pull the left foot between the hands, planting that right heel, lifting warrior one. Twisting so that your hips facing the front of the mat, your right toes facing the front right corner of the mat, the outside edge of that right knee, digging into the mat. Bring those arms behind, lace the fingers. Inhale, open that chest, and exhale, folding forward over that left knee. On your exhale, lifting it up, extending through that spine. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, sending it back for downward dog. Looking between those hands, take a deep breath in, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, come into that chair. Take an inhale, lifting, bending those knees, arms lifted. Arms can be lifted or straight out in front or at heart. Listen to your back and shoulders, whatever they're telling you. Maybe shifting back just a little bit deeper into that chair, generating some heat and warmth. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, sending the right arm behind you, keeping the hips forward. Gentle spinal twist here. Inhale the arms to lift. Exhale to heart, sitting back into chair. Keep the chest lifted, pulling the shoulder blades back. And inhale to lift. Exhale, left arm behind. Keeping the hips facing forward, twisting through the spine, opening through the heart and chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale to lift. Exhale, back, downward dog. So we are going to take a nice little flow here. We will end up facing backwards at some point. So make sure that you're paying attention to rights and lefts. Take the right foot into the air, pulling the right foot between the hands, planting that left heel, opening up for warrior two. Keeping that left or that right knee tracking out to that right side so it doesn't knock itself in. Keeping the outside of that left foot firmly planted. Right elbow to right knee, side angle. Inhale to lift. Right palm faces the sky. Reach forward, tip back, reverse warrior. Exhale back to center. Straighten that right leg out. Reach Trikonasana, triangle. Tipping down sideways, sending that butt back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bending right back into that warrior two. Take a deep breath in here, and you're going to bend that left knee, coming into that deep side squat, Skandasana. Using any block or tool. You don't have to come down quite as low. And inhale to lift, five-pointed star. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, bending those knees, coming into this deep, wide squat, this horse pose. Arms out to the side, hips tucked under a little bit, elbows out. We're gonna hit just a little bit of core here, dropping the left elbow, reaching the right arm toward the sky. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right elbow down, left hand reaches for the sky. Inhale up. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale up. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale up, one more on each side. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale up. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale up. Lifting, inhaling, extending those arms, point the toes forward. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, bending that left knee, pointing the left toes toward the back of the mat. Warrior two to the opposite side. Right or left elbow, right knee, side angle. Lifting it back up, reaching the left palm out in front. Reverse warrior, keeping a nice bend through the left knee. And coming back, warrior two. Straightening that left leg out, reaching, popping that right hip back, and tipping. Trikonasana triangle. And lifting it back up nice and slow. Bending that left knee into warrior two. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shifting, bending into that right knee for that deep side lunge, Skandasana. Adjusting if you need to. noticing differences between these sides. I notice a slight difference in my left hip versus my right, coming down as low as you feel comfortable. You don't have to be super crazy low. Hi, baby. I prefer my heel to be on the ground in this, but you can also do this with that heel off the ground. Personal preference. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lift, 5-pointed star. Sitting back into that horse pose. Inhaling the arms to lift. Exhale, sweeping the ground. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sweeping the ground. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sweeping the ground. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sweeping the ground. 1 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sweeping the ground, and hold. Nice and wide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bending that right knee back into warrior 2. Deep breath in and exhale, windmill the arms down, framing that right foot, sending that right foot back into single leg plank, lowering chaturanga. You don't have to do the single leg if you don't want to, but it's a nice, fun, different option. Inhale to lift. Exhale back, downward dog. Left foot lifts, left foot between hands, planting that right heel, sweeping the arms up, warrior 2, opposite side. So a lot of it will be similar, some of it will be different, especially what we do from that star pose. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, left elbow, right knee, side angle, holding for a moment. Inhaling yourself back to warrior 2, reaching forward, exhale, reverse. Keeping that left knee bent. Inhale, straightening that left leg, reach, exhale, tip. Trikonasana, straight left leg, triangle pose. Getting that nice stretch through that hamstring and hip. Reaching to the sky and opening that chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bending back into warrior 2. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bending into that right knee, Skandasana. Side lunge. My right femur is in my hip incorrectly. And so this is a pose that is kind of a work in progress on the right side for me at least. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lifting it up, 5-pointed star. Take those hands together and exhale, coming toward that left leg, reaching around, coming up over that right side and opposite. So you're making a giant circle with those fingertips. Exhale down, inhale up, and then coming down to the right side. Exhale down, inhale up, left to the right. One more on each side. Exhale down to the left. And exhale down to the right. And bend into that right knee, warrior 2, to the opposite side. Exhale, right knee, right elbow to right knee. Holding here for a moment. And inhale to lift, reaching with that right palm. Exhale, tipping back, Reverse warrior. Exhale, coming back, straightening that right leg. Trikonasana. Straightening that right leg, sending that hip back. Feel free to take little adjustments if you need to, depending on what your body's telling you. Opening that heart, opening the chest, taking a deep breath in. And exhale, lifting up, bending back into that right knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, Skandasana. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Holding here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lifting up, 5-pointed star, toes point forward. Maybe pulling those feet in just a little bit. And exhale, point those toes out to the side, sitting nice and low. Holding here for a moment, hands can be at heart wherever you feel comfortable. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the heels off the ground. Keeping the chest lifted, hips pulled under just a little bit. Sink it maybe an inch deeper. Try and keep those heels off the ground if you can. And inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. Bending into that left knee. Inhale and exhale. Wind those arms down. Send that left foot back, single leg plank. Lower chaturanga. Lifting upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Take another inhale, bending those knees, coming out of those toes. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up all the way. Go ahead and bring those hands to heart. Inhale, sending that right foot straight in front of you. And exhale, sending it out to the side. Inhale, sending it back to the center. Ooh. Exhale, sending it out to the side, pointing the toes forward. Inhale, sending it back to the center. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, out to the side. One more. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, out to the side, and slowly let that foot come back in. Inhale, lifting that left leg. Exhale, left foot to left. Inhale, left foot in front. Exhale, left foot to side. Inhale, left foot in front. Exhale, left foot to side. Inhale, left foot in front. Exhale, left foot to side. One more. Inhale, left foot to front. Exhale, left foot to side. And dropping it down slowly, just walking those feet out, taking a nice little bend through the knees. Inhaling the arms to lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale to lift. Exhale, back, downward dog. Raising that right foot into the air. Pulling the right foot between the hands. Planting that left heel. Opening up, warrior two. Holding here for a moment, finding stability on that right leg. We're coming into half moon from here. So taking a deep breath in, perhaps leaning back toward that left leg, and as you exhale, stepping forward onto that right leg, opening up nice and wide. Utilizing a block under that right hand if you want to. Gazing at the ground will help most with balance. If you want to challenge that balance, looking up toward the left hand. Opening those hips, stacking those hips, one on top of the other. Lengthening through that spine, sending that foot, that left foot back toward the wall behind you. Lengthening through that hip. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, bending that right knee, aiming to come back into warrior two. Take a deep breath in and exhale, framing that right foot, sending that right foot back into the air, three-legged dog. Pivoting on those left toes, opening the hip and letting that right foot drop to the ground. Wild thing, opening here. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, coming back to center, back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot comes between the hands, planting that right heel. Inhale to lift and hold here for just a moment, preparing for that half moon. Planting through that whole left foot. Take a deep breath in, perhaps reaching back to the right, building some momentum, and exhale, lifting onto that left leg, half moon. Opening the hips toward the side of the ring, sending that right heel back toward the wall behind you, opening the heart toward the side of the room, and keeping a slight bend through that left leg, making sure you're not locking it up. Taking a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, bending that left knee ever so slowly, aiming for that warrior two. Holding here for one deep breath in, and as you exhale, windmill the arms down, sending that left foot back and into the air, stacking those hips, pivoting on that left foot, opening up. Wild thing, flipped dog. Taking a deep breath in and exhale, coming back to downward dog, dropping that left foot to meet the right and walking the dog out. Raise the right foot into the air, pulling that right foot to the outside of your right hand, dropping that left knee. Lizard. So keep that foot planted on the ground. Don't come into that open knee thing yet. So just go ahead, keep that foot firmly planted. Make sure your knee is over the ankle, dropping your elbows down if you can. If you have a block and you're not quite here yet, use that block, especially under that left elbow. Hi, baby boy. Do you need attention? Yeah. Yeah. You need some loving? I know, it's like no one gives you love here. Not a single person. Lowering it down a little bit more if you can. Hi, baby. Hi, baby boy. And slowly walking your hands back up. Now we're gonna let that knee tip off to the side, pushing the hips forward and really lifting through the heart as that knee lops off to the side. Push the hips forward, keep that chest lifted. Opening through the heart, opening through the chest. Hi, baby boy. And And slowly bringing that right foot back flat on the ground, tucking those left toes, sitting that right foot back. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, left foot to the outside of that left hand, dropping that right knee, keeping that left foot planted into the ground for now. Going to where you feel that stretch. Perhaps it's dropping those elbows down, listen to the body, knee stays over the ankle. The kitty deserves some pats because he's been decently good since I've been filming. You just need all the attention in the world right now. Yeah, I know, baby. I know. You think that no one ever gives you love. Yes, baby boy. As you exhale, slowly walking those hands back up, dropping that left knee to the left side, pushing the hips forward, stretching open that left leg and pulling that heart between the shoulders. Yes, but I swear if he jumps on me, I'm not gonna be the happiest cat dad in the world. That'll be painful. He's just helping me stretch deeper. He's such a helpful kitty. Isn't that right, baby? You just helping? Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, planting that left foot again, tucking the right toes, sitting that left foot back into downward dog. Last downward dog. And just kind of walking it out and maybe finding some stillness. We're going to hit 3 deep breaths here. Taking a deep breath in. Maybe finding some noise with that exhale. Deep breath in. Last one. Deep breath in. And dropping those knees to the ground. Coming into a seated position with those heels together, knees apart. What we like to call just like a, butterfly position. Nothing particularly crazy. Inhale to lift. And exhale, shifting the weight forward, but keeping that spine lifted and extended. So you're not folding forward over the legs, you're still pulling that heart through. We're gonna hit a couple different stretches through that hip. And kind of through that middle groin area. Maybe a little through the outside of the hip, depending on your flexibility. Maybe finding some neck stretches here too. Just keep that chest lifted, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lifting it up, scooting those feet out in front of you so you have like a diamond shape right in front of you. Inhale to lift, exhale, dropping those elbows onto the knees, and now kind of fold yourself forward or even taking those elbows down in front of those thighs. Getting that stretch through kind of the outside of that hip, that deep glute area. Feel free to maybe extend a little bit more or bend the knees a little bit more, bring those feet closer to you depending on where you feel you need those legs. Listen to your body and your hip. This is kind of a weird hip stretch, but it can be pretty effective depending on what you feel. Like I said earlier with my right hip, my right femur being weird, I feel stretches like this a lot in my left side because my right leg just like externally rotates all the time, and this is like kind of external rotation. So my left leg is like, ooh, this is a stretch, and my right leg's like, this is just how I exist. And slowly lifting it up, bringing those knees together, feet extend in front of you. Inhale, lifting, extending through the spine. Exhale, forward fold, keeping that chest lifted. Don't fold over your legs yet. And now come into that forward fold. Bringing the nose toward the knee. Boobette's just, guarding me. He just always has to be close to me. It's very, very cute. Or anyone who comes over. If you ever come over to my place, he will be in your lap. He will be right next to you. He will be on your shoulders. Wherever he can be. He is a friendly boy. And inhaling it back up, shifting it forward, hug those knees, exhale, back down to the ground. So I want you to just drop that left foot to the ground, holding that right knee in. I want you to make some big circles with that big toe on the right side. Going in just one direction now, and going in the opposite direction. And now point and flex the foot. Technically plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. But plant and flex that foot and make some big circles again. You might almost feel fatigued from just doing this for a moment. These are really good movements to do, going the opposite direction. Getting through that ankle can prevent ankle injuries, especially if you're a runner. This is really good. Point and flex that foot. And dropping that right foot to the ground, hugging that left knee in, making big circles. If you are right-handed, you might find that your circle is very blocky, so this is kind of a good way to build up some coordination as well for your less dominant side. Opposite direction. Ooh, got a fun little pop going through my left ankle. And point and flex that foot. I'm not sure if you can hear that pop, but and make some big circles again. They don't have to be very fast circles. Try and make the largest circle you can and opposite direction. Again, see how that feels, especially if you're on your non-dominant side. And point and flex that foot. Yes, good morning ankle. And dropping dropping the feet, but keeping the knees bent. So kind of like we did sitting up, we're just gonna rock and roll those knees to either side, taking the arms out to kind of a T shape, dropping the knees to the right or left side, dropping them to the right side, doesn't matter. Oh, hi, kitty. Sorry, I forgot you were there. Squishing the kitty with my knees. Oh, am I about to get laid on? There's a good chance. Yep, I am. Thank you so much for helping me, Boobot. You are the most helpful kitty who has ever catted. I know. Shifting it side to side, just getting a nice little low back stretch and hip stretch. I know, baby. And finding center, bringing those heels together, knees apart. I'm going to opt to take my Shavasana here in this kind of laying down butterfly pose just because it feels really nice on my hips. But if you'd rather take that traditional Savasana, extending those feet in front of you, taking a couple breaths here and thinking about good intentions for the day, good mood, starting your day off right with some yoga with me and Boobot. Letting nothing but good thoughts fill your mind. And as you exhale, letting the mind go blank, the body be at rest. starting to become aware of your breathing. If you're not ready to be done with Shavasana, feel free to just pause me and keep going. If you're in that butterfly position, perhaps using those hands to gently help guide those knees up. If you have a cat on you, giving him some love and affection that he so desperately needs and never ever gets. If you don't have a cat on you, you should think about getting one. And if you don't have a cat on you, gently roll to one side into kind of a fetal position using the arm as a pillow. I'm going to stay right here because I'm trying to appease my little demon cat. And as you're ready, making yourself into a seated position. Are you going to stay? Sitting nice and tall, lengthening through the spine, giving yourself some gratitude for taking this hour to do something just for yourself. Inhaling the arms to lift. Exhale those hands to heart. Namaste. Have a great rest of your day. I'm about to get attacked by a cat. Maybe.